You're doing it.
Did pass the bill.
Yeah, we passed the bill.
Hi, App Challengers. My name is Medha Gupta, and I'm a former Congressional App Challenge winner and current Alumni Advisory Board member. Today, we're going to be speaking with Congresswoman Young Kim on the importance of the Congressional App Challenge STEM education, and I might even be teaching her how to code. Congresswoman Young Kim is of the 40th District in California, former co-chair of the Congressional App Challenge, and current chair of the Women in STEM Caucus. Let's go meet the Congresswoman.
Thank you so much for volunteering to help us finish a game. So some of the Congressional App Challenge alumni have all worked together to build a game called Pass the Bill, but it's not finished. Would you like to help us?
I would love to help you.
Amazing. Have you ever coded before?
When I was in the state assembly, I did.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I invited some middle school students to come to the state's capital. And then they actually did some demonstration for the members.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So if we hit OK, we can see how the game works. It's going a little bit fast and some obstacles are appearing, but right now it doesn't look that pretty. It's a little bit ugly. So let's change the colors and let's go to the code. The CSS, it's basically what controls all of the aesthetics of the code and makes it pretty. So where it says blue, replace that with white smoke. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
There.
Awesome. And let's go back to the code. And do you want to hit OK and let's see what refreshes? Amazing.
Look at that. It's easier
so
to
much,
read.
It's so much nicer. The contrast is so much better. So let's try to play the game. Let's just see how it goes.
Let's see how fast we can pass the bill.
How fast we can get there. So let's hit OK and then you can use the space bar to control it so that it jumps.
Yes.
Look at you, natural. Okay. It's a little bit too fast though.
It's
hard
to. Still, it's a little too fast. Yes.
We can slow down the velocity to make it a little bit easier for us. So let's go back to the code. This time, let's go to the JavaScript. So that's this file here. We select the file right there.
This one.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So on line 38, where it says the velocity, that controls the speed on the x-axis.
38.
So, yep.
There.
That line right there. Make it -8. Yeah. And what this will do is it'll make it a little bit slower and easier on our eyes. So same way, let's save it by hitting Command S. You're doing it.
Did pass the bill.
Yeah, we passed the bill. Congress can just shut down now. We can all go on vacation. Can you talk about a little bit about the importance of STEM education and some of the initiatives you're a part of?
Well, I think STEM education is really important, and we need to focus on educating our students from very early age and on, which is why I'm really excited that I get to work with my colleagues in a bipartisan way as a co-chair of the STEM caucus and really focus on passing legislation that will provide that opportunity for students to be exposed to anything such as coding after school, for example. And then in schools, we want to focus on curriculum that will focus on STEM. STEM obviously unlocks many opportunities for students as they graduate and get into the workforce. It will provide them with the high-paying job opportunities. So we want to be able to expose them, and that's why I was happy to champion on the informal learning and STEM education legislation that has now become a law. And we are trying to provide the resources available for after-school programs.
There's such great opportunities and programs. What's your favorite part of the Congressional App Challenge?
The ability to meet students who initially think, I can't do this, but once they get encouraged and they get teamed up, they work with teachers or adults that serve as mentors. And just like me, somebody who is not very familiar with how the coding is done, but just watching it and viewing it and seeing somebody else do it, it gives you an incentive like, oh, maybe I can do this. And when I actually get to meet with the students who submit their application, different apps, I get to see some of the demonstration and the excitement that I see in those students, and when they explain why they created such app. For example, I learned it comes from a personal experience.
Yeah.
I want to thank the, like you and everybody who's doing the Congressional App Challenge. It really, again, unlocks the opportunity for students, and we want to be able to do more. And I know this is something that all members of Congress have to opt in to the program and allow that for their districts and then all the constituents, students, schools within those congressional districts to be able to participate. When I was asked to co-chair the Congressional App Challenge 1 year, I worked really hard and I made it a mission to really encourage all, if not most, congressional offices to participate. And I think that one particular year, we had almost 2,000 apps that were submitted. And I believe my office was responsible for at least 10% of those.
That's
so we had
amazing.
close to 200 entries. And right now, I think in the last 3 or 4 years that I've been participating in the Congressional App Challenge, we had over 600, I guess, 600 students participating as a group or as an individual, and we had close to 500 or so apps that were submitted. And I'm really, really excited that we get to do this. And I encourage any other congressional members that are not doing it, I tell them, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Get into it and sign up and, have your district and students participate in Congressional App Challenge.
Thank you for having me.